So what's going on with Justin Timberlake? What's happening? This man has gone from national treasure, heartthrob to some, to this pretty much. Okay, so obviously something is going on here, right? It's all over his face. It's kind of hard to hide. Now, if you don't know, Justin Timberlake was recently arrested in Sag Harbor in New York for driving while intoxicated. Now, I didn't know this until recently, but previously to being pulled over this time, he was previously warned by a police officer not to drive because he was too drunk. And yet he carried on. And I believe it was the same officer who arrested him. Now, that's just fucked up and dangerous in itself. Driving while under the influence. I can't even stand it when people like record themselves when they're driving. It really does my head in. It's illegal to be on your phone here in the UK. I don't know about other countries, actually. That's interesting to find out. Like, nothing is worth recording yourself while driving. Like you could possibly like hit a person, a child, while you're recording your 5-second miming to something. Why do you have to do it while you're driving? You know what I mean? It's not worth it. Driving while intoxicated, douchey thing to do. So when he was pulled over, when he was stopped by the police, his eyes were described as bloodshot and glassy. So he had obviously been drinking, maybe even smoking a bit of weed, but it is said that he had a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage emanating from his breath. Why didn't it alcohol? He smelled like alcohol. I don't have to make it so fancy. This is what the charging document said anyway. He also actually couldn't talk properly. He was slurring his words. He failed the sobriety test. You know, the one where you walk in a line or touch your nose. I can't remember what one it is. He also refused to take a breathalyzer test. I didn't know you could refuse that. If that doesn't say I'm guilty straight up, then I don't know what does. Can you imagine? Are you drunk? No. Will you be breathing to this? Also no. Well, prove to me you're not drunk. Okay, I'm not drunk. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Now, in my opinion, Justin Timberlake has been on a bit of a downward spiral, and I think there's a few things that contribute to this that have happened since back a few. It's my opinion. I also, obviously, I don't know him. But here's my thinking, right? And this may be a slightly inaccurate timeline. So people cared about him for a while until 2021, when the documentary Framing Britney Spears came out. And it was a documentary that opened the eyes of a lot of people to the way Britney was treated by the press, paparazzi, her friends, even her family. A lot of truths came out and a lot of looking back at things and being like, no, hold on a minute, that wasn't right. Now, if you haven't read Britney Spears' book or listened to it, if you're like me, you absolutely should. I'm not necessarily a Britney Spears fan, but I found it so interesting to hear about her life and how everything that happened. It's really, really good. I won't spoil it for you. I won't spoil the storyline, but you need to know that Justin Timberlake is a vile piece of crap. But when people realize this, back in 2021, when this all came out through this documentary, he made an apology on Instagram, which is now deleted. And this is where the downward spiral of his career started, in my opinion. I think in some ways it must be difficult going from being like the lead of this incredibly famous boy band whose songs pretty much everybody knows, to being a solo artist who did extremely well, to being not so relevant anymore. That must be a career kick in the stomach for anyone. Now, here's where I think public opinion started to change from him not really liking him, some people supporting him, to kind of making a mockery out of him. And I think once people are laughing at you and not with you, it's not a great situation for your career. Back in the day, right, Justin Timberlake was the dancer. He could dance, apparently. I'm not a dance person. I don't know what is good and bad. Well, I can see what's good and bad. You know what I mean? He was the dance person, and for some reason a beatboxer sometimes. I was like, yeah, Justin Timberlake can dance. He can dance. Yeah. Then this video of him went super viral. DC, beat your feet. he became an instant joke. Virally, he became a joke, a laughing stock, because what was that? Is that good dancing? Are you a dancer? Is this a style of dancing? Let me know. But like, imagine, I think about how he must have felt in this situation. Not necessarily sympathizing with him, but I just think about, I wonder how he was feeling. So he's gone from being the dance guy to being laughed at for what he used to be so good at. You know what I mean? People laughing at you for what used to be your talent, what you used to be known for, and now you are shit at it, must be like a heavy hit on the heart. Like, I would be like, that's it, I'm over. I'm over, I've got nothing left. He should have just gone down that celebrity transitioning into doing something on TV kind of thing, like Nicole Scherzinger did. Like, she was on everything here in the UK. Or done a podcast, you know? In 2024, he released a new song. Did anyone know this? Because I didn't know he was still doing music. It was called Selfish. Whether it was a song or an album, I don't know or care. I have a quote here from nationalnews.com, but it's a quote from a website called Consequence Stating? I'll link it. This is what they said about his music. This was their review of his music. Time and again, over the last 10 years, he, Justin Timberlake, has gone into the studio with the most accomplished hit makers in the world, only to produce a tune about as lively as a dead houseplant. Wait, let me listen to it. What's it called? Yeah, batshit. So also in 2024, with all the details about the situations with Justin Timberlake that were about to come out in Britney Spears' book that everyone read, it shone a horrible light on Justin Timberlake. It's awful. And rightly so. She apologized to him, and for perhaps the way people were kind of like, you know, reacting to all this story, which she absolutely didn't have to in any sense or form at all. He was at a concert of his to which he got on the mic and was like, I want to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely no one.
I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody.
Obviously, this is the response of a stupid grown man baby child, and a lot of Britney supporters were pissed, outraged. What an idiot. So because Britney supporters were so angry at this, there was this movement, let's say, from Britney supporters to push Britney's Selfish song from 2011 above Justin Timberlake's in the iTunes charts. Now, this feeling of everyone hating you, a lot of the world hating you, and having everything negative you've done to other people in your life so public would have a negative effect on anyone, whether they were a good or a bad person, right? Now that brings us to his arrest. It is said he was acting like a typical "do you know who I am" kind of situation. The man arresting him did in fact not know who he was because he was too young to be from Justin Timberlake's era, let's say. I do feel like once you're a celebrity and you have that what's it called, mugshot, it almost symbolizes the start of a downfall publicly. Now clearly something is not quite right with him. I think, I kind of hope he gets help in a way, because anyone going through like a situation isn't great, allegedly. That's what people are saying. But let's hope that these incidences are a huge eye-opener for him. He does have a court date. I don't think he has to attend. I think it's end of July. End of June. Was it the 24th? But yes, as always, I would love to know your opinions. Let me know what you're thinking down below in the comments. Do subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.